So you want to do a 100-hour fast. You've done all your research, or maybe you're just starting to do research. You've heard from all the doctors, the influencers, and you just want to see, what's this experience really like? What's the journey like from start to finish? Well, you're in luck. I did one, and I documented all of it, and you're going to get to see what it's like as a real person to do a 100-hour fast. And I'm still going to throw in those facts along the way. So stop. Don't leave yet. I'll make this quick. I promise. Hi, I'm Tyler. This is T-Huff Tries, where I try things so you don't have to. Okay, before we get started, a few quick bullet points. Again, these will be quick, but there's a few things I do need to mention. One, I'm not a doctor and I'm not a health expert. So please do your own research. That might be what led you here. Maybe you have done your research and now you just want to see the experience for yourself. Or maybe you're just starting. So please do your own research. I did a ton of research, but that's not why you're here. You don't want to hear me spit facts about how some researchers think doing a 100-hour fast once in your life might reduce your risk of cancer by 70%. You don't want to hear that. You definitely don't want to hear about how this puts you into ketosis in 24 hours if you want to kickstart a diet. And for sure, you don't want to hear about how this cured my minor eczema that I already had. What you want to hear about is, what was my experience? What did I feel? What did I struggle with? What were my challenges? What were the benefits? So we'll go through all of that, and you'll see this unfold in real time as I was going through the fast. This wasn't originally intended for YouTube. You'll see that when we roll into the clips. They're all vertical because I'd told some friends and family I was doing this, and they said, cool, keep me posted. And I didn't want to, have to text them a million times a day. So I just said, I'm just going to put it on my Instagram story and you guys can follow along. And there's one editing clip that's so bad that I actually just left it in there to see if you can spot it. It was like comically bad. It was a voiceover. So you'll see that, but you didn't come here to see my video editing skills. Please do comment though if you have questions. I'll respond to any questions or just thoughts or anything that might be different from your experience. Just please leave me a comment. I'll answer. I also put the affiliate links for the products that I use down below. If you want to use them, go ahead. You can click on them below or just go find your own. Okay, stop talking, Tyler. Let's get into it. Here we go. Day one. So it's Monday, April 14th, like 8 o'clock in the morning. So yesterday, my last meal was at lunch, to do like 18 hours of fasting, to not just like completely shock my body, but to get it like kind of used to what's coming. Then I'm gonna eat breakfast today. So this is my last meal until Friday at lunchtime. So far, I wasn't hungry at all today, which I thought I would be, but I woke up today and was like super fine after 18 hours, but that's not 100. Hi, it's me. You'll see me pop up like this from time to time throughout the video just to give context or explain something about the clip that you just saw. But I'll make it quick, I promise, because I do not want to have to look at that face any longer than you do. So this is it in terms of the documentation for day one. The reason for that is because I actually got to eat on day one. About the timeline of a 100-hour fast, that's 4 days and 4 hours. So what I did, I also fasted for 18 hours before the fast started, because that kind of gets your body into fasting mode. So what I did is I ate lunch the day before I started the 100-hour fast, skipped dinner, and then ate breakfast the day I started the 100-hour fast. And then didn't eat again until lunch on Friday. So I went Monday breakfast, 4 days, 4 hours later, ended up Friday at lunch. I would recommend that as well, because when you hit the first day's worst hunger pangs that you get, you're asleep. That's it. Back to it. All right, day two. Let's see how much I lost. Again, not doing it for the weight loss, but like 4 pounds. Let's make sure. No, like 5.5 pounds. All right. Our scale's jacked up, so that's the first time you step on it, it shows like the old weight. Yeah, 5.6 pounds. All right, it's day two. What's that?
Where's that?
What's that?
Where's that?
30 minutes away from being 24 hours in. Woke up this morning, lost like 5.5 pounds yesterday and last night. Again, not doing this for the weight loss, but I could spare to lose a few pounds. That's a cool benefit too. Yeah, I feel amazing. I'm like, woke up not hungry at all. Even I had to make these little turds breakfast like not craving it a bit. I think I started this fast at the perfect time. Like my last meal was breakfast yesterday. So when you hit that like 16-hour mark, which they say is like 16 to 18 hours is the toughest, I was asleep. So I woke up and I was almost at 24 hours. At that point, I guess your body's off of the glycogen and now into like just using your fat as fuel. And luckily, kids force you to be a little bit healthier. I like don't really drink anymore. I don't eat out. So hopefully the fat that I do have is somewhat healthy. A lot healthier than in my 20s, that's for sure. So I feel great. I'm like not hungry at all today. Not really even craving their food. Even though I had to like cook it, still didn't bother me. The hardest thing though is honestly like the habits that you gotta kick. So like yesterday I took golfing after work and I gave him some Teddy Grahams. And just instantly, like, as soon as I opened the pack, I just picked one out and just, like, by habit, almost ate it. So stuff like that, or even, like, cooking their food and having, like, something on my fingers, not licking that off of it. Like, last night, they had, like, pork tenderloin, and I helped put the, like, leftovers away and just used my fingers and, like, almost licked that off. I know that's probably not a big deal, but I'm trying to do this, like, straight as possible. Other than that, dude, I felt hungry last night. Dinner was pretty rough. I started to get a headache like right before bed, but every meal I just chug like a big water full of electrolytes, and that like gets rid of a headache, gives me energy, honestly like curbs the hunger. One of the biggest things I'm actually struggling with more than not eating is not having nicotine, like not having a dip or Zen, especially like golfing yesterday. That might honestly be harder than the food. So far, so good. We'll see how today goes. It's just still the morning, but supposedly some people say that first day is the hardest. Some people say it's the easiest. I thought I'd wake up like super hungry today, just like with a headache. I feel amazing. So we'll see how the day goes. Hold up. I haven't actually told you why I did this fast in the first place. Again, remember, all the video clips you're seeing as I went through this in real time were posted to my Instagram story. So you'll kind of hear me reference that a little bit, but let me stop speaking for myself and let myself tell you why I did it. Okay, I got like a crazy response to these like few stories that I've posted. I got like literally almost 100 DMs, people asking about this. So first of all, thank you. That's super dope. I was just posting it for my buddies because I was talking about it and they said, keep me posted. Super cool. People are like interested in what this is and why I'm doing it was the biggest question I got today. Like, why are you fasting for 100 hours? It's not for weight loss. I'm doing it because I saw an Instagram video like probably 2 years ago that talked about doing a 7-day water fast. But I'm such an idiot that I thought that meant you couldn't have water for a week. So I like just kind of wrote it off and I was like, okay, that's impossible. I'll definitely die. Don't know what this guy's talking about. But in that video, why it caught my attention was he said if you do this for once in your life, you lower your risk of cancer by like 70%. If you do it twice, you lower your risk of cancer by like 87%. So very significant. Since then, realized that I'm a moron and a water fast means you only have water, not that you don't have water. But I've never really like thought about doing it. I've never fasted before at all, not any kind of fasting. But recently I saw another video on Instagram where dude just talks about what happens to you when you do a 100-hour fast. All kinds of crazy stuff happens. Your insulin levels like drop, your HGH levels go up by like 5 or 10 times. The main reason I'm doing it is for what's called autophagy. So this is that like cancer part I was talking about. Your body ramps up autophagy. It's something our bodies already do, but it goes like wild when you fast for 100 hours, which is where like your cells eat themselves. They like eat all the cells that just aren't doing anything or are f***ed up, and like all the bad proteins or any like cancerous or precancerous cells. It just eats all of those. And then once you get into like the 100-hour mark, once it's done cleansing you, it actually starts repairing other things that need help. So if people talk about like joint pain just going out the window completely when someone does stuff like this, that's the main reason I was doing it, for autophagy. But also as your body like starts using fat as fuel, it feeds your brain like ketones, hence like ketosis. People that have ever done keto diet, again, I haven't, but that's it puts you in ketosis like really quick. And when your brain's running off that, you feel like euphoric and you have very little brain fog and you have like this crazy mental clarity. So that supposedly starts at like 36 hours in, and I've got a little less than 3 hours. So I probably won't feel that tonight, but maybe tomorrow. It resets your immune system completely. On like, if you get to the 4th day, complete reboot of your entire immune system. So that's dope. But if people do want to do it for weight loss, I don't think it's actually that great. Let me clarify that. I mean, as a one-time weight loss strategy to kickstart a diet, great. Like I probably will lose, like I lost 5 pounds last night. I'll probably lose 5 more tonight. Hell, I might lose like 15 pounds during this thing in just a few days. But I think you gain that right back. A lot of it's like water weight. You do get into ketosis to where if like you're trying to jumpstart your like weight loss journey, this is a dope way to do that. Again, I'm not into that sort of stuff. I'm just doing it for like the overall health benefits. Anyway, that's why I'm doing it. Autophagy. There you go. The most unscientific way to explain the benefits of a fast. Back to it. All right, the 36-hour mark. And if you're wondering if I have a supportive wife.
Are we kidding?
Yeah, I'm pregnant.
Yeah, 36-hour mark. Today, I didn't like feel hungry physically, but it's more of like a mental game. It was so weird. I just thought about food like all day long. Even though I'm not hungry, my stomach's not growling. Okay, I'm gonna cut me off right there. I'm gonna spare you the boredom of having to listen to me ramble on, but this is a very key turning point in the fast. So what I'm starting to realize about 36 hours in is this is not a physical game. This is not a physical challenge. This is mental. It's really weird what starts to happen to you. I thought I would just be hungry the whole time. You are not hungry, but you think about food. It's really strange. So it's one of the things that I talk about is we plan our day around food, kind of not even knowing it. It just helps segment the day. Wake up, you eat breakfast, you work till lunch, then you come home, you look forward to what you're going to eat for dinner. It just weirdly kind of makes the day boring, and you think about food a lot. You do not feel hungry. I'm realizing now about this time in the fast, this is a mental game, and you actually in a weird way feel bored, and there's like nothing to look forward to in terms of like your next checkpoint. There are some things that fill that, of course. Talk about, I have a lovely wife, lovely children, and I know that I said I have nothing to look forward to. Obviously, I love them, but I almost love food as much. You start to realize like how much we plan our food around this. Just kidding. I love my kids and wife way more. That's what I'm starting to realize is you think about food all day long. Let's skip through this. Let's get to the next part. All right, it's Wednesday morning. I'm like 46 hours in. Just want to do a quick wait before I get the kids up and get them moving. Let's see where we're at. 202.8. So that means I'm down like exactly 8 pounds. Lost like a pound in my sleep. So that part's slowing down. Again, not really worried about this. I know I'm going to gain all that back. I'm not really concerned about the weight. I just want the other health benefits. But for those who were curious about that, down I think exactly 8 pounds in 48 hours. All right, 48-hour mark. So they get this.
What's up?
What's up again? What's up?
Yeah.
What's up? And I get this. Vitamin B drops and electrolytes. Honestly, 48 hours. The main thing is I feel amazing. So again, not hungry at all. This is like definitely a mental game more than it is a physical one, like 100%. Basically, I take these electrolytes. These are the ones that taste like the ocean and are terrible, and just chug them during my what would be meal. And that seems to help a lot. Also, people were asking me, like, why aren't you doing nicotine or like coffee or anything like that? So you absolutely can do like black coffee or black tea. You can also do nicotine, but I just wanted to do this one straight up. No enhancements, no like crutches. I just wanted to see if I could do this for 100 hours, just full on. In the future, if I do this again, absolutely will use Zen and coffee to help curb some of the hunger. Even without it, it's just more of a mental toughness thing than anything. You gotta keep your mind occupied. Honestly, I'm glad people like had a cool response to these videos. These are helping me talk myself through it almost. Again, it's very hard. Not as hard as I thought it was going to be, but I'm only halfway through. So we'll see what the next few days brings. But right now I feel great. I don't feel hungry at all. So there you go. You can see my mindset starting to shift to realize this thing's mental. So how do you pass some of that time? Here you go. All right, it's lunchtime on Wednesday. I'm like 52 hours in. Still fine. I just chugged some electrolytes. We get free lunch at work on Wednesdays, so I just used my stipend to order a bunch of cookies for the team. Just gave it to them. No, dude, I feel good. They say it's good to stay somewhat active, so I just take a walk during lunch. That's what some people have been asking me is are you worried about muscle loss? One, I don't work out, so I don't have much muscle to lose. No, so apparently the human body humans in particular are amazing at preserving muscle. It'll be the absolute last thing that our body will start to eat into. It's because back in the day when we were hunters and gatherers, they'd have one big meal and then they'd go a week before another one, sometimes longer. So the body had to adapt and learn to really preserve muscle. So I'm not worried about that. And honestly, 100-hour fast compared to what some people do. Some people do 21-day fast, 100-day fast that I want no business in doing. But I've found out through this too, there's this, almost like a cult level of fasting community. It's crazy to see how much people are into this and serious about it. I just really wanted to challenge myself and try it. Might do it a few times a year. People do some crazy stuff, dude. Some people do dry fasts where for 4 days, 100 hours, you don't drink any water. You don't eat any food. You don't even brush your teeth. You don't even shower. It's no water can touch your body or absorb through your skin in any way, which is insane for me to think about. I'm not even sure that the human body can live through that. I'm pretty sure if you go a few days without water, you're but I looked it up. That's a thing people do. Again, 100 hours in the grand scheme of things is nothing, especially for short-term pain for much hopefully long-term health benefits down the road. But yeah, that's what I do during lunch. I just take a little walk. At home I'll do a few squats each night or some push-ups just to remind my muscles, hey, you're still needed, still love you. Anyway, still going good. It's day 4. I can eat tomorrow. Let's go tomorrow. But anyway, let's weigh in. We got 199.6. Let me double check our scale. Okay, down exactly 11 pounds. It's hour 69. Nice. Okay, so now we're at just a little bit over 24 hours to go. And this is where a few things happen to me that you don't expect unless you've been through this or have someone that has to tell you about. Me. This is where things started to happen a little bit emotionally with me. You'll hear me talk about it, and physically. So here, just let me tell you. 72-hour mark. So let's recap. Some interesting things happened yesterday. First off, I didn't think about food nearly as much. Notice I said didn't think about food instead of I wasn't hungry, because you're honestly not hungry. It's super weird. It's 100% a mental game. So I didn't think about food quite as much. I definitely did think about food a lot. This weird thing happened to me where in the morning, so in the morning, I had this feeling of I didn't crave food or miss food, and it almost weirdly made me feel sad. Because even though the day before and I was thinking about food all day long and it sucked, it was terrible, you still have this sense of delayed gratification where you're but when I do have food, it's going to be amazing. So yesterday when that was gone, I was kind of sad, oh no, will I even enjoy when I get to eat again? This is kind of a bummer. It's you're looking forward to something and then it not being as cool as what you thought it was going to be. But Then after I went on a walk for lunch and came back, everyone was like eating their lunch at work and the office smelled amazing, and boom, I immediately caught it that time. I'll just hold it. Immediately craved food again terribly. Mentally craved it. My body is fine. So that made me feel good. Like, all right, I still love food. This is still gonna be dope when I get to eat again. So that was the first interesting thing that happened. The cravings definitely go in waves. A lot of people said that you get that after the 48-hour mark. I didn't get that yesterday. I still thought about food a ton. Also, I didn't get the like euphoric feeling that people talk about. I mean, I feel really good. Like, I feel great. I'm not miserable. I honestly haven't been like irritable, which is crazy because I am someone that gets hangry for sure. Yeah, not really irritable. So another thing that happened yesterday, plug your ears if you don't like bathroom talk. I won't get disgusting about it. At one point, I haven't really had a bowel movement after like that first day, or really like shortly after that first meal, because there's literally nothing in your body. Except for yesterday after work, I did have like a cleansing, if you will. I don't know why. I don't know if I clearly have not like changed anything in my diet. I don't have a diet right now. So it basically was like similar to one time I had to get a colonoscopy. You have to drink this drink that like completely cleanses your system out. So the point where like a few hours before the colonoscopy, it's like just clear water. So that happened yesterday just once. I've been fine since. That is probably like my intestines and like gut cleaning everything out. So that is part of this gut biome, which I know has been popular of like the last few years. I don't know a ton about it. I know it affects a lot of stuff in our bodies, but I think that's my gut biome and gut just like completely cleansing out. So they say this is a good time to like repopulate healthy gut bacteria, especially because this will reboot my immune system, and then I can repopulate it with like healthy gut bacteria. So it's supposed to be great for people that have like autoimmune stuff. I've even noticed already, sometimes I'll get like patches of dry skin on my forearms. I don't know if it's like psoriasis or eczema, that's the word I'm thinking of. Those have like cleared up, so something's working. And I used to get it like around my ears and like in front of my ears sometimes. That's gone completely. That was yesterday. Moving on to today, 72 hours. So now I'm in like deep ketosis. Again, not sure what that means. According to the YouTube videos and the app that I'm using, I'm in deep ketosis. So that means my like immune system definitely will reboot in the next 24 hours. And then all my stem cells are like going haywire. Now, not only cleansing my other cells, now they're like repairing bad cells and like bad tissue. So this is where they say you start to get like joint pain and stuff also going away. I luckily don't have a lot of joint pain, but we'll see how I feel. Definitely this morning, zero craving whatsoever for food at all. So we'll see how that goes. That's kind of been the trend. In the mornings, I'm like fine. And then by like lunchtime, start to smell food, think I'm hungry. And then in the evening, definitely like around dinner, I'm like, oh, this smells dope. We'll see. I got like little over 24 hours to go. So we're in the home stretch. So a few things that I didn't think of that folks had questions about, and you might too. How does a fast affect your energy? Do you have high energy, low energy? How does it affect your sleep? Do you have trouble sleeping? Do you sleep better? Does it affect anything? And then one that I really never thought about is, what do you do when you're around food? How do you be around your family at breakfast or at dinner or your coworkers at lunch? All very good questions. Here's the answers. I'm getting excited. Dude, I get to eat tomorrow. Hell yeah, like it's game on. So I'm at Kroger right now. We're about to send a dude that hasn't ate for 4 days into a Kroger. Like, that's a good idea. I'm gonna buy a few things that I need for tomorrow. As far as today went, super easy all day long, very easy. Like, would get tiny little cravings, go away instantly. I was in a good mood all day, so I might have hit that euphoric state. I don't know if that's just because today's like Christmas Eve to me and I'm super pumped that like it's here. I get to just go to bed tonight and then wake up tomorrow and eat, or if that is just the fast. I do have a ton of energy. I have been in a really good mood. Either way, today's been great. Few questions people had for me. One, how has my sleep been? People were asking if I was tired. Actually, the opposite. Once my body started getting into ketosis and burning fat as my energy, you actually have like a ton of energy. Some people were asking, am I tired? Some people were asking that have done this before, hey, did you have trouble sleeping? Because they have, where they get so much energy it's hard to sleep. For me, Dude, I'm such a heavy sleeper. I sleep like a log, always have. So no, I do feel more energy at night, but I have no problem like falling asleep. I'm not more tired. I just feel the same. Other people were asking, how are you even around food? Honestly, I just take that as a challenge and just face it head on. Some people, when they do these fasts, will like not be around their families at dinner time. That's cool. I'm gonna be with my family. This is my decision, so I'm gonna sit there and watch them eat. I will cheat and like not eat, but take like huge whiffs of like food to almost trick my brain into being like, oh cool, you ate something. It's weird the that your brain starts doing when you're so deprived of food, but honestly that helps. So I kind of like the smell of food. So no, I'm not any more tired. I do have a ton of energy, but I haven't had problems sleeping. How do I be around food? I don't know. I just am like, this is what we're doing. I'm in it. I'm gonna, take it head on. So anyway, today's been super easy. Some really cool updates coming tomorrow. Okay, so here's where things start to get fun. A lot of stuff's about to happen in these next few clips. I finally addressed the scale issue. If you haven't noticed, the scale throughout the course of this week kind of became the main character in all of these stories that I was posting. So if you have a good scale recommendation, please put it in the comments so we can get a new one. Also, you'll see we hit a little bit of a snag once the fast is over. Once I reach my 100 hours, we run into like a little bit of a snag. A few other things happen, so just check it out.
6 hours, baby. Let's go. All right, let's check this out. Someone yesterday said, has anyone offered to buy you a new scale? It's a piece of shit. All right, 198.2. Let's double check. All right, 198.2. That means down like 12.4. It's pretty good. Again, not doing it for the weight loss, but if someone is, this is one hell of a jump start if you can like do an actual like diet after this. Again, I'm just doing it for the health benefits. 6 hours to go, almost exactly.
Last time. So here's something funny. I am at 100 hours, but me and Spence, what's up, dog? Went back to our hometown for a memorial service, so now we gotta drive back and it's gonna be an hour. So I'm at 100 hours and 18 minutes, so I'm gonna be at more like 101 hours and 18 minutes. I have done it. I have fasted for 100 hours. Today's been super easy. I woke up, was very hungry, actually felt hungry, not my brain with me. Chugged a water, was not hungry. Made the kids breakfast, got hungry again. Chugged a water with electrolyte, not hungry again, but now very, very hungry. This hour is gonna be very long, but 1 hour from now I will be home and I will be ready to eat. I'm home. I'm gonna do my last weigh-in and then eat. I'm actually gonna wait 7 minutes, 8 minutes to eat and just make it a nice round 102 hours. Let's see what the scale says. 199.6. So I don't believe it. I don't think I've gained 1.5 pounds today by drinking 2 bottles of water, but I guess. All right, 199.6. I think that's exactly 11 pounds. Hold on. You made it this far. All right, hang with me. So the fast is over. It's time to eat. So of course, I'm gonna get a large pizza, Chipotle, chicken wings, a double cheeseburger, all the things, right? Wrong. Absolutely could not be more wrong. Refeeding is crucial to the fast. It helps prolong the fast, actually, if you eat the right way. And also, you can harm yourself very seriously if you do not refeed the right way. This next clip that I'm about to show you is what worked for me. There's a million strategies, you hear me talk about it, on how to refeed. This worked for me, might not work for you. So please, again, this is something, do your research. Refeeding is absolutely critical. The biggest part is start small and take time in between meals. Carry on. Yo, okay, so maybe the most important thing to mention, how you end your fast. This is the most important thing, other than like make sure you're drinking water and taking electrolytes, is how you end it. There is a real thing called refeeding syndrome.
that can do all kinds of stuff to you if you just like jump right back into eating afterwards. In some like rare cases, it can kill you, I believe, and it can do a lot of terrible things to your body. So easing back into food is probably the most important thing, debatable with that or water and electrolytes. One thing you're going to find as you start to do your own research is this is probably the most debated thing that you'll find. Everyone that talks about the fasts, it's like pretty straightforward how to do it. Fast, take electrolytes, you're good to go. Refeeding, you're going to hear all kinds of different things on the internet about how to do it. I am not sure the best way to do it, other than one thing I do know is start very lightly and eat like a little bit, then wait some time, eat a little bit, then wait some time, then eat a little bit. So I'll tell you what I did based on a video that I watched. Some videos you'll see, you'll be like, start with protein, start with meat. Some will say, start with fats. Some will say, start with this, start with that. Again, not an expert. Here's what I did. Right when the fast is over, I had bone broth, just like a cup of it, 1 cup, heated it up, just ate it like soup. It'll taste phenomenal to you. You'll still be boned because it's not food yet, but that's okay. Did that, waited an hour. And then I did steamed veggies, like a cup of steamed veggies, kimchi, and sauerkraut. And then also like power greens. It's like a mixture of like arugula, spinach, kale. So I put the greens in there, steamed veggies, and then put kimchi and sauerkraut. So the fermented vegetables are supposedly like awesome for your gut when you're repopulating it. And it tasted super good. I'd never had kimchi, had no clue what it was. Dude, I ended up after that putting it, like eating it with my eggs the whole next week for breakfast. Jackie and I made broths last week. We put kimchi on our broths. Dude, it's like super good. I did not know what this was. That was meal 2. Meal 3 had 2 eggs, just like fried eggs, and an avocado. And that was it. And then I had, it's debatable how you pronounce this word. My friend made fun of me about how I pronounce it. It's spelled Kefir. I was calling it kefir, but I guess it's like kefir or kefir. I don't know how you say it, but it's spelled Kefir. Basically what it is it's like an adult yogurt. Like you find it in the yogurt section. It's like milk, but it's yogurt. And it's actually super good, dude. I've been drinking it ever since. It's like amazing for your gut. Supposedly it has like a bunch of good like bacteria in it. So that was meal 3 after another hour was 2 eggs, an avocado, kefir. And then I waited like a few hours and then I started eating normal again. Like we did smash burgers that night. The only thing I changed with the smash burgers was I didn't eat a bun just for that first day. Just kept carbs out of it and sugar for sure. So anyway, refeeding, research it. I was fine. A lot of people are like, hey, once you start feeding again, make sure you're close to a bathroom. You're going to need it. Like pretty much everybody told me that. That was not the case for me. I didn't have any problems like with that. So hopefully that's the case with everyone.
You want to know one of the most interesting things that happened throughout this whole fast? It wasn't even really anything that happened during the fast. It's what happened after the fast. The perspective that I had of the fast while I was in it versus once it was finished is so mind-blowing to me. My wife still brings this up to me as well. Because when I was in it, you've heard all these videos. Oh, it was easy today. This was easy. No big deal. I'm not hungry at all. My perspective after the fast was, this was one of the hardest things I've ever done. Just listen how much my perspective changes in this next clip just 2 weeks later. The minute it's over, it goes 180 on you, and I don't know why. I think there's some sort of survival mode thing that kicks on that like makes you think it's easy, and it gives you a weird sense of perspective on everything else. Like if I just went a week without eating, sounds not that hard when you're outside of it, even not once you're inside of it. It's once you're done and you're so relieved that this is over that like it made going to the gym seem easy to me, which is for most people, but I hadn't been in years. I was like, man, going to the gym for an hour seems like nothing compared to not eating for a week. So it just changes your perspective on making really anything seem easier to you. But it's weird when you're in it, it doesn't feel that hard, even though you kind of know it is. Hindsight, man, being 2020. Let's check it out.
All right, what's up? Here we go. Getting into it. So it's been 2 weeks post-fast. So I've purposely waited to be a little bit more removed from it to get like my true thoughts to just talk about like how I feel after a few weeks. Start with the numbers. I'm still down 7 or 8 pounds from the like 11 or 12 that I had originally lost. So that's good. And that's the end of the numbers because that's the only thing I tracked. I probably could have done like blood draws and like little ketos, things you spit on to see if you're in ketosis, just to really see. Maybe next time I'll do that. Also, I've started going to the gym in the past few weeks, which is cool. Yeah, that's been good. Just want to keep my body moving, keep feeling healthy. So I've been doing that. When I was at OU, dude, I've worked out enough for a lifetime. And honestly, I kind of got burnt out on it. So I really haven't worked out since I was playing damn near almost 20 years ago now. Go through phases where I'd work out a little bit off and on, but just get back into it, keep my body moving, so that feels good. As far as the fast, looking back now, dude, that's hard. Very hard. If there's anything I'm going to say is that it's harder than you think it's going to be. And the surprising thing was that it was mental, not physical. Like, it was mentally hard to do. I equate it to, I mean, what I would assume it'd be like to get over addiction. No, like, don't want to insult anyone that's overcome that. That's a big deal. Props to anyone that has.
Let me stop me right there. I'm talking about the habit of addiction, mainly low-level addiction, not people that truly struggle with addiction.
It's probably along the same lines because all I could think about was food the whole time. Every minute felt like an hour. Just time went by so slow. The funny thing is I didn't even realize, I think, how hard it was until after. Because when you're in it, you're just like trying to survive. You're trying to get to like that next checkpoint or that next time you can drink electrolytes or that next this or the next that, the end of the day, time to go to bed, just anything to like help pass time. I don't think I realized how hard it was while I was in it because you're just in survival mode, but afterwards, looking back, it's really hard. The thing about that is it's good if you want to challenge yourself. So that was really like a good feeling to know that, you know, I accomplished something like that. Also, when you go into this, you have to take a mindset with you. It's very much like, so I'm a huge MJ fan. You almost have to take like that MJ/Kobe like killer mindset into it. Like go in aggressively, attack it, and just saying no matter what, like I'm going to stick to this. I'm going to finish this thing because honestly, that's what it takes. It's super hard. We used to do these things at OU called man makers.
Let me give a little bit of context here because you're probably like, what is he talking about? See, I played football at Ohio University many years ago. And I start talking about in this clip something called man makers that we used to do, which was going outside in the wintertime and doing full workouts. We would run a ton of 400-yard sprints, 300-yard sprints, 200-yard sprints, 100-yard sprints, to the point where we're doing at the end like 20 100-yard sprints. And they're all timed, so you can't slack off. You have to finish within a certain amount of time. So it's hours of just sprinting and working out in the middle of winter in Ohio. And all this I'm talking about was all in one workout. We do all these sprints in one workout. And it was tough. It's one of the toughest things I've ever done, hence the name Man Makers. So I'm just starting to compare like what's some of the harder like physical or mental things I've ever done compared to this fast.
I thought that was the hardest thing I've ever done until this. That was physically hard. This was mentally hard. Like it just takes everything you have to like just keep going because 100 hours feels like a very long time when you're in the middle of this thing. So you have to keep this like positive, like go get attitude or it's just going to eat you alive. No pun intended. So it's very hard.
Okay, real quick, let's talk about process. You've seen this whole long video. Let me just narrow this down. In this next clip, I'm going to talk about kind of like what you need to supplement during this fast. Luckily, it's only 2 things, but I talk about the specific types of those things that you need in order to do this and why you need them.
Another thing I'll say as I start getting into like my process and like what I did was, you know, is definitely do your own research. Don't like just be like, oh, Tyler did it, or I saw some dude on the internet do it. That seems like something I could do. Definitely like do your research, go see a doctor, especially have like any underlying health issues. I'm sure it could definitely affect stuff like that. Might also help them, I don't know. Do your research, make sure it's something that's like safe for you to do. As far as the process, you're definitely going to want electrolytes, definitely. And then also I got vitamin B drops as well. You need to drink a lot of water and make sure you're drinking electrolytes. I would just like chug a whole thing of water and electrolytes for like each meal It ended up being kind of funny because I like looked forward to that. Like a meal would come up, like, sweet, I get my electrolytes. Like it was almost like a little treat. The vitamin B drops, I think, just help with energy and some other stuff that gets depleted. So I definitely got some of those on Amazon. The key thing with those is get liquid ones that you just like drop into your mouth. Because if you get the pill ones, they need food to like help digest them. So make sure you're definitely getting the liquid ones. Another thing I did was, before this, I did an 18-hour fast first. Even though it probably made the fast feel longer, I think that did help. And also, if you know, once you start watching videos and doing research, you're going to hear this a lot. Like if you start feeling weird or feeling lightheaded or weak, dude, stop, eat. Like it's not worth it. Take care of yourself and your body first. Don't just like power through it if you feel like something's wrong. Like listen to your body and stop that.
So who is this fast for? Well, I'm gonna let previous Tyler tell you what I thought right after the fast who it was for, and then I'm gonna jump back in. I'm gonna tell you a little more of the science behind it so that you can make your own decision. I'm gonna give you kind of like the full rundown of what happens to your body throughout the fast and see if that applies to you. But in short, I think it's for anybody.
So that leaves me with who is this for? I mean, anybody, but there's a few types of people it's definitely be for. If you're wanting to like jumpstart a like weight loss journey, this would be a great way. I mean, I lost like 12 pounds pretty quickly. I think it was fairly healthy weight that like got lost. So, and then you can just kind of like keep a better diet going after that. It's also really good for someone who just wants like a challenge, like just maybe, I don't know, going through something, or you're, I don't know, feeling depressed or feeling weird. It's just a good goal and a challenge because you feel incredible afterwards. Like it gives you this weird confidence that like, dude, it's funny how it's just not eating, but you go 100 hours without eating, you feel like you can do damn near anything. So it gives you this cool confidence. The person it's probably best for is anyone that has like wants to change their relationship with food, especially like snackers. I'm not a huge snacker, but when you go through 100-hour fast, waiting like 4 hours to your next meal feels like nothing. And it kind of made me realize like, dude, I don't need all this food. Like after you go through 100 hours of none at all, you realize these like huge meals that put you in food comas and just kind of make you almost feel sick sometimes are just unnecessary. You realize like you just need enough food to get to that next meal, just enough fuel to keep going. Definitely if you're going on a weight loss journey, definitely if you just want like a challenge in your life, and then definitely if you want to like change your relationship with food. It's kind of my thoughts. The main thing is, dude, it's hard. And when you're done, you'll feel incredible. You'll feel like you really accomplished something, like be proud of yourself and have this confidence, but it is hard.
Well, that's what I thought then, and I still agree. I think a fast would be perfect for any of those people. Now I'm going to tell you a little bit more of just like a blanket statement, what happens in your body when you do a 100-hour fast, with a very big disclaimer. Again, I am not an expert. I am not a doctor. Sure, I'll get some comments, hey, you don't know what you're talking about, or hey, you're wrong about this. That's okay. I'm not telling you to follow any of this. Please, for the 100th time, do your own research. Let's jump into it. The first like half a day, we're actually going to complete digestion. So we're not actually meant to eat as much as we do. Our body actually never really fully completes digesting our food, and that actually burns a lot of energy, and our body is so busy digesting food that it doesn't have time to go fix all the other things. So right out the gate, your body's going to complete digestion. With that comes the lowering of insulin, which helps us burn fat. Then once you complete digestion and you're not running off glycogen anymore and your body starts running off fat, that's when autophagy starts to ramp up. So this is what I've talked about a few times, where your body and your cells just start cleaning all of the other cells, getting rid of the ones that are broke or the ones that are damaged, just starts doing like a full cleansing of all the cells in your body. From there, about 24 hours in, your gut biome starts to flush itself out, like I talked about, your intestines as well. So all of that stuff reboots, and stem cells start rebooting inside of all of that. So that can help with if you have gas issues, like indigestion, acid reflux, those sorts of things. It can help some of that. I'm not saying it will, but it can. And then about that 36-hour mark is when you really start like ramping up the ketones. So you're burning fat, you're getting your energy off the fat, so your ketones are going haywire. That aids in your brain and helps with mental clarity. Mental fog goes away. And that's when you start to feel incredible and hit that euphoric feeling that people talk about. I don't know if I ever really noticed that. I think it depends on how healthy you kind of are going into it. Like I said, we eat somewhat healthy. If I did this in my 20s, I might have really noticed a difference from like my mental state without doing the fast, and then once I jump into it. And the big one for me that I actually never mentioned in any of these videos is about 48 hours in, your dopamine receptors also reset. So if people have issues with depression or mood swings or irritability, those dopamine receptors, you can actually become like dopamine resistant, a lot like you can with insulin. So this actually resets those and can help with mood and depression as well. Don't know if it will. Everyone has a different thing they might be dealing with, but this can help with that. About 72 hours in, that's when your immune system just fully reboots. So that's where I might do this a few times a year, like especially going into cold season, just reboot my immune system so that I'm ready for that. And that can also help with things like autoimmune issues. You know, if they're minor, you know, like I said, I had eczema, gone, and it's actually never come back. From there, why would you want to go to 100? Versus stop at 72. A lot of people do a 72-hour fast. Well, once you get past that 72 all the way up into 100, that's when you start to get that stem cell surge where your body starts creating new stem cells to help repair tissue or repair any issues that you might have. This also helps with anti-aging if you do this a few times a year as well. So that's what happens in your body. If any of that applies to you or you think that might help you, then a fast is perfect. But again, I will say this 100 times, do your own research, check with a doctor, check with an expert. I am none of those things, but I do appreciate you watching this video. Please leave me a comment, good or bad. If there's something wrong or something that you have a question about, I'll answer them all. Also, there's some affiliate links down below if you want to get the same electrolytes and vitamin B drops that I got. I always forget to say this. Please subscribe if you like this. If not, that's cool too. That was my fasting experience. I'm going to do another one again probably in the next few months. This is Tyler with T-Huff Tries, where I try things so you don't have to. Out. One of us hasn't eaten in 4 days. One of us has. Just kidding. She wanted to try the kimchi.